Alright, so I'm at the entrance of Huggins Hell, and it's freezing cold out here. I've been walking with my hood on. In fact, I think I'm going to keep my hood on. I've been walking with my hood on, and I've got gloves today. It's just really cold out here. So far, I've had to walk across solid sheets of ice covering the trail and slip and slide on that. I've been through a cave already, and I'm a good distance from the car now and about to plunge in to Huggins Hell. This place is, there's no trail, and the challenge before me now is 2,200 vertical feet. It's a mile and a half, pretty much straight up, some of the most rugged territory, and it's supposed to take 4 hours, but I'm going to see if I can beat that to the top. And I'm really excited right now. This is the first time I've ever ventured off trail and into a place like this, and I'm really excited, and what I'm going to see is if I can navigate this and get out. I've got plenty of daylight to help me, and the climbing should keep me warm the whole time. So here we go. Alright, well, I've been following this stream, and it's come to a nice little waterfall here, and see if you can see this stick coming down the waterfall is just covered in like a glove of ice. It's just in like a solid sheath of ice, which is pretty cool. But I've seen a lot of this so far. I've seen a lot of just little sculptures of ice hanging over water as I follow this, and the trail is proving to be just like the guidebook said. I'm following this rock up, and the stream will disappear for a while under the rocks, and I'll have a nice smooth place to walk, and then it comes right back. And every time I see more water, I know I'm going the right way. Well, I'm pretty tired. It's pretty rough going, and I'm out of breath. I'm starting to get cold again. I got pretty warm while hiking up here, and I've taken my big jacket off and taken my hat off, and I broke off a stick to help me hike up. And so far, I've encountered some navigational difficulties because I thought this stream would only fork once, but it's forked probably about 5 times, and I've followed just the way that I think is the best way. But really, it's not much of a problem because the trail that I'm going to this should come into it perpendicular. So even if I'm off to the right or to the left, I still should run into the top. And it just got really steep. It wasn't so bad below, but it just got really, really steep. And this is where I'm going. And this is level. And that's where I'm going. So, had a nice little break. Here we go. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell how steep this is, but it's pretty much, it's steeper than 45 degrees. I mean, it's worse than roofing shingles, but I'm using this log to rest my feet and my pack on. And, wow. I did not expect so much hand over hand climbing, crawling up this debris of leaves and rock and snow. And, yeah, just leaning back and, you know, every now and then sliding a little bit, but yeah, it's just hand over hand crawling up a very, very steep gorge, and I've just got really the gorge is really sharp now. But you know, as I've been climbing up this place, getting farther and farther and farther away from the trail, knowing I'm alone up here, a word just keeps coming to my mind as I'm going, and that word is sacred. There's just something so sacred and special about these woods and this the snow and the trees and this almost untrodden place, you know. And I just love the mountains, and it gives me a real lift. But temperature's on my side, and I'm high enough now that I can look out around me and see the sunlight on the mountains on either side, and that's awesome because now it's starting to get warmer. And I also got to say that right now I'm either pretty close to the top or I'm miserably lost. So we'll find out which. I'm out. I just came through this little band of a spruce fir forest, where right where the stream disappeared. I came up through a patch of woods, had no more stream to follow, and it all looked the same in either direction. And then as I came up this hill, I could see the trees stop and the light break and the snow was glistening, and I was just giggling with excitement, and that I made it to the top. And let me just show you, if I were to walk through down this little snowy bank, ooh, I get to slide a little bit, like when I was on chimney tops. Whew. And that is the trail that intersects my climb. And you can see the mountains over here, and the trail goes that way, and you just never know if you were walking by this. I don't know how anyone could figure out that there is an off-trail route that'll take you down just through this brush that all looks the same right here on this spot. But anyway, I'm thrilled. I just completed my first off-trail hike, and I didn't get lost, and now I'm up here in the warm sunlight, and I'm out of that hill. So as I'm sitting here resting, I just want to share some more thoughts, which is that I think I did beat the guidebook. My last photo registered about 10:30 in the morning, and I think I started on the trail maybe 8 o'clock or so. I'm not sure, but that would be 2.5 hours instead of 4. But anyway, we'll confirm that. It might have been 3.5 hours instead of 4. I'm not sure, but I think I did beat the time, and that's even in the winter with snow and ice. And what I loved about this climb is that it really felt at times like rock climbing, just because I would have to use little bits of rock protruding from really steep banks that, again, if they were roof shingles, you'd have to use toe boards, and I would use little roots and things like toe boards, and I often, a few times I did have to go straight up, pretty much a 90-degree, something. It could be, a bunch of roots under a tree, or I'd grab onto a tree and really have to, pull myself up, and sometimes it was so steep, if I could find a fallen log, I could just straddle that log, and it looks like I was just, floating above this huge slide, and it was great, to look over your shoulder and feel like you're, really high and that you don't want to fall. It gives you that sense, like kind of like you're rock climbing just through a very, just through a place filled with brush and leaves and slick pebbles. And I did slide a couple of times or slip, especially down on the stream bit of this where I was following the sticks, and on that I did hit a couple of rocks that they're not worn down like a trail. I would step on it and just give way and slide right out from under me, but I would just catch myself. It didn't have any problems. And as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking whether or not I want to take the long way down by following the trail, or if I just want to go down the way I came up. I think I want to see what this is like going downhill. So we'll give it a go. Okay, so what I've been doing on the way down is finding the path of most resistance and just trying to plunge right into it. And that'll be a little bit more of a challenge for me to see if I can down climb this and explore just the hardest parts of it. And I've got a neat little spot to rest right here. I've just been kind of fighting through a lot of roots and brambles. I'm basically right on the stream, and there's a lot of fallen trees right over me. And you can get a look at that. This is right over my head, and this is just the sort of stuff that I've been working my way through. And should be able to see some of this back here where I've come from. I just can't get over how beautiful this place is. You got water spilling down from up here, and you can see this. Some of the water spills across the top of the rock, comes down over there. Some of it comes down on the main falls, but I just love the way the light from all this rippling water just sort of dithers on the rock as it reflects the sunlight. It's so active and so beautiful.